My number one Disney tip, rope drop. How to experience an empty park like this in the morning and make the most out of your Disney trip. Let's explore, let's talk about the things that you need to know in order to experience rope drop. What does it look like? How do you do it? And who can do it? Let's get started. Rope drop happens every day. Anyone can do it. I'm going to walk you through the important steps to give you the best experience. First of all, let's talk about arrival time. Plan to arrive 1 hour before the official park opening time. If park hours state 8 a.m., get to the parking structure at 7 a.m. All parking lots open 60 minutes before park opens. If you're staying across the street and walking to Disneyland, plan to arrive around 7 a.m. as well at security on the Harbor Boulevard side, which is shown here. No matter which side you enter from, everyone must go through security, and these lines can get very long, which is why I recommend getting there early. Once you go through security at the parking lot, you'll hop on the tram, and the tram will drop you off at the Esplanade. Or if you go through security on the harbor side like this, you will also walk right into the Esplanade. The Esplanade is this location right here that is in between both parks. It is 7:15. These are the line situations. Those are people lined up for Disney California Adventure. And these are the lines for Disneyland. They will start letting people in around 7:30. People are already lining up, and the park doesn't even open until 8 a.m. This is why it's so important to get here an hour before so you can get in this line. They will start letting us in long before 8 a.m. I'm going to show you what it looks like to rope drop at Disneyland, and then later in this video what it looks like over in Disney California Adventure. It is 7:20 and the lines are now moving. So this is why you get here early. And we're in walking down Main Street. One thing I want to point out is there are guests that are here for rope drop, and also guests that are staying on property have early entry. If you are a guest staying on property, early entry guests enter over here by the Plaza Inn, and they will have access to the parks 30 minutes before other guests. So just make sure you know if you're an early entry, go to the right. Then at the end of Main Street, you'll come to the hub, and this is where they hold you. You cannot go beyond the ropes. This is why it's called rope drop. There are ropes that are holding people here in the hub until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is officially when the park opens and the rides start. So get lined up early. Right here in the hub, this is what happens at rope drop. There are different ropes that are set up. These people are probably going to Space Mountain, Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. These people maybe to Fantasyland. These people over here are lined up probably to go to Rise or Big Thunder Mountain. Those people probably to Indiana Jones or Haunted Mansion. So you're gonna wanna line up at the rope. I'll show you. Okay, she is standing literally in front of the rope. There's the rope. So these people most likely are lined up to go to Rise of the Resistance. Okay, so they'll go through there and they'll head to Rise of the Resistance. People over there are headed to Adventureland. And then we're gonna come see all these people that are already lining up. We're headed over here. So we wanna get in line for Space Mountain. All right, these are the people that are lined up for Tomorrowland. Those people over there have early entry, so they're already getting into the parks. The morning rush. Rope drop, yeah! Do not run. Okay, so the goal is to be at the beginning of the pack and to be one of the first ones on the ride and off. Okay, here we go. And we literally walked right onto the ride, walked all the way through the queue, hopped on the attraction, and here we go. We are initiating power transfer in 3, 2, 1. And now we're off Space Mountain. It's been 15 minutes and we've done one of the attractions that gets the longest wait time during the day. So it's really important that you arrive early and you do rope drop. Now, what you do in the next rides that you go in the order, that's up to you. I'm going to put a link in the description of how to fit in all the rides at Disneyland in one day, so make sure you look for that in the description.
One thing I want to talk about is in the morning early, especially if you get here for rope drop, don't waste, if you purchase Disney Genie for the day, don't waste your Disney Genie on those attractions in the morning. If you get here early, ride those rides because you can only do them once. So like Space Mountain I just did, if I had Disney Genie for today, I would save it and I would use it for later.
By arriving early and getting here for rope drop, you can do so much in the first 2 hours of your morning. Now let's go hop over to Disney California Adventure. Let me show you what rope drop looks like over there. So here we are again in the Esplanade. Let's say this morning, instead of going to Disneyland, we had decided to go to Disney California Adventure. First, I want to show you on this particular California Adventure day what we did wrong. We did not arrive until 7:45, and I want you to take a look at the crowds. We wanted to go and do Radiator Springs Racers, the attraction in Cars Land. When we arrived, look at all the people that are ahead of me. Wow, there's a big group. If you get here and this many people are already lined up and heading towards Radiator Springs Racers, then you need to bag that plan and go with plan B. Let me show you what happened. I just wanted to show you really what it looks like when you do rope drop wrong. And we're off. They just finished the announcement. It is officially park opening, 8 a.m. I'm in this crowd, and you'll notice some are veering off to the left here. They're heading to Web Slingers. The rest of us are going to Cars Land, and then some are actually going on to Incredicoaster. I continued following the crowd, but here's the thing. This early in the morning, there are so many rides that have no wait. And look at this line. This huge line just to go on this one attraction. I feel like it's very wasteful in the morning to spend an hour and a half, which is what it would have ended up being, an hour and a half to go on one attraction, when the first 2 hours of the morning are so crucial and you can be doing all the other attractions in the park. Wait and do this one later in the day. I do not recommend. If you are this far back in the pack, bail. Do not go on this ride. Do not stand in this line. The line will be shorter later in the day. Is Radiator Springs Racers a very popular attraction? It sure is. You can purchase an individual lightning lane. It ranges from $15 to $20, and you can buy that for the day to ride on at once, or check the app. I would look in the app and I would come back later. This line is so long. I did end up going to the very front where the line starts, and I asked them and I looked at the board and I also looked in the app and it said 90 minutes from that point. So I'm not even up to where you get on the attraction, and it was a 90-minute wait. That is not worth your time in the morning. Use that time wiser. Go on other attractions. Go on Guardians. Go on Incredicoaster. Go on Toy Story. Go on Web Slingers. Go somewhere else. Do not head to Radiator Springs Racers in the morning if you're at the back of the pack like I was. So I just showed you what not to do. Now let me show you what rope drop looks like with a good plan. Again, arrive early as we discussed earlier in this video. Be at the rope and be ready to head to Guardians going this direction through Hollywoodland. Don't go the other way, or whatever attraction you want to do first. But have a plan. Go on attractions that will have longer lines as the day goes on. Take advantage of short lines in the morning. Get ahead of the crowds and make the most out of your day. For tips on how to fit in all the rides at Disney California Adventure, see the link in the description below. This video gives you tips on how to plan and do rope drop. For more Disneyland tips and tricks, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And for more planning tips, check out this video.